Can you define a hate crime?
A crime committed against someone for their color. Because of their color.
A hate crime is a crime committed against a person or a group of people because of their gender, identity, orientation, or race. Okay. So, can you define a hate crime for me?
My definition of a hate crime would be a crime committed against another person because of their race, ethnicity, or other characteristic.
Can you name any famous hate crimes?
Yes. It's a famous one in Texas that's escaping me. Matthew Shepard.
Okay.
Matthew Shepard.
Can you name any famous hate crimes?
Famous hate crimes. Today, MLK, Martin Luther King would be a definite hate crime. They killed him only because they hated what he stood for. John F. Kennedy was a hate crime. They hated what he stood for. And it's things like that that you find that hate crimes, you then go into a larger scale. Hitler was a giant hate crime. Yes, I know. And you.
Any famous hate crimes?
Then there's like recent stuff that's happening with Tamir Rice and Ferguson.
Is it why or why not?
Absolutely, because I mean, a crime is one thing, theft, whatever, for whatever reasons, but just to target somebody because of who they are is just kind of irrational, and it just propagates racism and, you know, homophobia, and it isn't really based on I need something, it isn't really based on an opportunity, it's based on I hate these people. It isn't even based on I hate you, it's I hate these people and you're one of those people.
Why should we care about hate crimes?
Because hate crimes, not only can they happen to anyone, and it's something that we should all be aware of, but it's also something that's just inherently wrong.
Yes, you should care about hate crimes because you don't want to see innocent people attacked for no good reason.
And for our final question, do you feel, in recent events, do you think that Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, do you think those are hate crimes?
Definitely.
Why?
There's a multitude of evidence that the reasons there was not sufficient medical treatment or unnecessary violence is because of the racial... I'm blanking on the word.
Prejudice?
Basically, that had Tamir Rice not been a young black child, he would not have been shot, even though it is Ohio policy that you can carry a armed weapon as long as it is visible.
Do you think those are hate crimes?
No. I do not think they were hate crimes. Only because they were not... Okay. Only because there was no premeditated hate against the color that has been introduced as of this far with any of the evidence that's been given. In particular, Michael Brown with the officer, there was no... there's been no evidence that the officer had a hatred against Michael Brown, his color, what he thought he stood for.
I think they are, because they're all targeted the same kind of race or type profiled person and victim. So it's something that we should acknowledge and probably respond to.
Comfortable answering this question, just go ahead and say no comments, no deal. With more recent crimes that have been committed, such as Tamir Rice or Michael Brown, would you consider those hate crimes?
Well, I mean, potentially. You'd have to, I mean, the dynamics of every situation are different. The way hate crimes are defined, probably not, although they may have been racially motivated, or a racial interpretation may have been made that made people more likely to shoot. I don't think that they were meant to publicly intimidate groups of people. Now again, the underlying reason that the officers may have pulled the trigger could certainly have had to do with race.